Hey guys, it's Sarah Nielsen, your Director of Sales for Green Compass, and I'm excited to be doing the fourth and final video in this Core Start training. So we already went over the connecting, we went over the offering, we went over the responding to questions and objections, and now we're on to enrolling. So I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about that, about enrolling people in team building. One of the first things to remember is that when you get to this point in the conversation with your prospects, whether it's as a customer or as an advocate, you want to make sure that you ask for the sale, because you kind of end up in this sort of standstill if you don't, right? We want to make sure that you don't do that. So after you've responded to their questions and objections, you're kind of in this place where it's like, now what? Like, are you in or are you out? So you have to ask them some kind of questions to get to the next step. So I wrote a couple of them down. It might be something like, so when would you like to get started? Or when would you see yourself getting your first paycheck? Another way you can do that is, how can I support you in getting enrolled? Or what do you need to see, hear, or do in order to make a confident decision? Because sometimes they're like, yes, I'm in, and that's easier, right? Because you're like, okay, great, here's my website, that kind of a thing. Or they might say, okay, thank you for the information. I will talk to my spouse, or I'll think it over, or I'll get back to you. And then we're left feeling like, okay, where do we go from here? Another great question would be, when would you like me to follow up with you? And just let them tell you, give me a couple of days, or I'll follow up with you next week, or whatever. Another question would be, would you like me to keep you in the loop about what's going on with Green Compass? So maybe they've heard what they want to hear and they're still not sure, and you're not really sure. So you can say something like that to just basically get permission to ping on them every couple of weeks, just to see how they're doing. How would you like me to follow up with you? When would you like me to follow up with you? Would you like me to keep you in the loop on what's going on with Green Compass? Another question could be, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in pursuing this opportunity? Or how interested are you in using our product as a customer? And then they can tell you, kind of like what we talked about in the third video, about just getting them to tell you the truth, making them feel comfortable to be honest with you either way. So when you get to that point, you got to ask for the sale. You got to just come right out with it and get to the next step, so that when you get off that phone call or leave that meeting, you know exactly what your next step is, and they know what your next step is. So if you're following up with them, they're expecting you to follow up, and you know, okay, I'm going to talk to this person on Sunday. Hopefully that makes sense. Also, if they're ready to go, then you need to give them some instructions on how to enroll. So a great way to do is just to walk them through your website. Because what we're finding is that when you say, okay, go to my website, sometimes they're not going to your website. They're going to another website, somebody else's website, or the corporate website. So to help eliminate some of that, you can say, great, when's a good time to connect with you where you have your computer and I can walk you through how to enroll? Or if you're with them in person, pull out your iPad or pull out your laptop and actually walk them through the process. Or get in the habit of carrying paper copies of the enrollment form with you, so that if you're with someone in person, you can say, great, I have an enrollment form right here. If you'd like to fill it out, I'll make sure it gets into the system for you. And then you can help them put it in the system yourself, because you'll have all of their information right there in front of you. So that's a great tip, just to, instead of sending them off to cyberspace to do it for themselves, especially in a website that they're unfamiliar with, it's a great service to walk them through it either on the phone, in person, or what have you. Next, you need to set them up for success. And I want you to think about it this way. If someone chooses to partner with you in their Green Compass journey, in essence, they're hiring you to help them be successful. And if you don't do your job, you're probably going to get fired. And what that looks like is maybe they don't completely engage, or maybe they get frustrated and decide this isn't a good fit for them, or maybe they go off doing something that is completely overwhelming to them and they aren't engaging in the simple core rhythm. Therefore, they're finding this to be more difficult than it needs to be. Or maybe they just never get off the ground because they didn't know what to do or didn't feel comfortable asking you, or all kinds of reasons. So think about it that way. You are being hired by your new advocate and customer to help them be successful. So you want to make sure that you're doing your job. So what does that look like? First of all, making sure that they understand about the Green Compass app. Let them know you're going to be getting an email from Credo with credentials to help you log into our app. So make sure that you download it from the App Store, and then wait for that email and make sure that you sign up and get on the app. And maybe give them a couple of benefits of the app. This is a great place to get content. This is a great, fun way to be interactive in your business. This is a way to log your customers. Whatever benefits you want to share with them, let them know not only how to get on the app, but why to get on the app. Another thing is the back office login. Make sure that you walk them through. How do they log into the back office? What is their replicated website? Where do they log in? And once they get there, what are they looking for? So maybe highlight a couple of key areas that they might want to focus on, which could be the training, letting them know where to find the training, the document library, the videos, that kind of stuff. Also, maybe letting them know if they want to order business cards or any other tools, where to find the supplies and the marketing assets under the marketing tab. Show them a couple of highlights in the back office. And this is great, easy to do over the phone or in person if you just whip out your computer or your iPad to help them through that. Also, have them start a lead list. They don't need their business kit to start their business, do they? So the faster that they can engage, the better. So tell them to make a list. Make a list of people who they want to contact. List of people who might enjoy CBD, need CBD, already like CBD. People who might want to partner with them in the business. People who they want to reach out to and get the feedback about the product or the program. Have them start writing down a list of names. And to be honest, 100 names is a good place to start. And you might be thinking, well, gosh, that's a lot of names. But not really, not when you start thinking about all the people that have a cannabinoid system. Make sure that they understand that everybody could be a lead. We don't know who needs CBD or who might be interested in this opportunity. So anybody that comes to their mind, have them write it down. Don't prejudge, don't pre-qualify, just write it down. And then it gives them a place to start when they're hitting their social media with posts or when they're sending out their feelers to see who could get excited about Green Compass. Facebook group. I know that a lot of you are in Facebook groups. We have a Green Compass opportunity page that you can join. Make sure they understand how to do that. First of all, to request to join it and then to fill out their advocate number, answer the questions that are asked so that they can be added to the group. And also many of your leaders have their own pages. So make sure that they understand how to get added to those pages. Facebook is a great way to get information out quickly and effectively. There's lots of tips and tricks and training and ideas and questions that are answered on those Facebook groups. So again, not only just how to get on the Facebook group, but why it's important to engage there and that they should get in the habit of checking it, a couple times a day at least. Also, introduce your new advocate to your upline leader. This is really important because when people come on board with us, they need to feel connected, they need to feel that sense of community, and they need to know where they can go to get their questions answered. So especially if you're newer to the business, this might be your first advocate, or you might not know what to do with them or feel like you have all the all the answers. So just make sure that you do that quick introduction. Just get on a 3-way call with your upline leader. It doesn't have to be the person directly above you. It could be the person who's like a master director or somewhere in there on your upline. And just say, hey, I'm really excited. I just signed my new advocate, Sarah, and I wanted to introduce you. I know she might have questions that I can't answer, and I want to make sure she gets the most accurate information. So I wanted her to introduce you real quick, or I'm really excited to work with her. And then edify your upline. Sarah, I'm so excited to introduce you to Mary. She has been a major support to me in my new business, and I know she will be to you too. So she's a lot of fun to work with. She has a ton of experience, and I wanted to make sure that you had access to her as well. Something like that. Those introductions are really powerful. Not only does it cue your upline into who's coming on board and give your new team member opportunity to ask a question if she needs to or he needs to, but also just feel that connection, another person that can support. And it shows your new advocate the level of support that you get when you join Green Compass, that you're not in business alone. And I think that's really important. It goes a long way with showing how easy, simple, duplicatable, and effective our program actually is. And then also set up a time to connect with him or her once the business kit arrives. So you have those initial calls, that welcome to the team, and here's kind of the first 5 things that you should be doing. And then I also want to set up another call with you when your business kit arrives so we can walk through it together. So that they get their kit, they're opening it up and they're looking at it going, okay, what do I do now? You can kind of walk them through some pages in the success guide. You can give them some ideas of what to do with their marketing materials and their order forms. Talk to them about the product if they have any questions. Let them know of any events that are going on in your area, like team meetings or corporate calls, that kind of thing. And just really help them engage. It's up to you. If you don't follow these steps when you get a new advocate, then the chances of them being successful start to go down a little bit if they're not feeling connected and like they know what to do. So that is part of your job when you're building a team. That is what you get compensation for from Green Compass when you're getting commission on the production of everybody in your group. We are going to make you work for it a little bit, but you'll find it so rewarding. And when you do that with your new advocates, statistically, they will stick around longer, be more productive quicker, and be more productive overall in the long run because of those simple steps that you took in the beginning when you were enrolling. So I don't want to beat a dead horse. I think you guys understand the importance of connecting with those new advocates and connecting them with other people on your team, Facebook groups, and also connecting them with Green Compass. So thank you so much. This is the final training in your core success series, and stay tuned for more training on different things coming in the very near future. And welcome to Green Compass.